It's time to hit the skins with 106.7 The Fan's Sports Junkies.
Nice. Obviously, big week for the Redskins. Opportunity to go 3-1 against the Kansas City Chiefs, who are undefeated, of course. Play at Arrowhead Monday night. And this is actually kind of scary. I thought going in, we got a decent, we have a chance. Man, we're dogs. They should win. And this doesn't matter, but for some reason, it's resonating with me.
What's the nugget? What's the
lifetime
trend?
record?
We're lifetime 1-8 against the Chiefs.
At Arrowhead.
Yeah, again, this is an independent event.
Or is that just overall?
Overall.
They've only played them 9 times in the history.
The last time we played them was in 2013. They boat raced us 45-10.
Well, that
That the one where
wasn't that when Shanny was basically on his way out?
Yeah, that was late in the year.
It was
Remember
like
the weather sucked?
It's like a slush storm.
Yeah, there was like 10 people in the stands.
It was gross.
And again, so the last time we did that was like 4 years ago, so it's not like it's that really relevant. Got a lot of different guys. That's just a daunting number.
I saw a stat that they have, I should firm it up, but they've scored 50-yard plus touchdowns in 9 or 10 straight games.
The Chiefs have?
Yeah. A ridiculous
They're
streak
masters of the big play.
Oh, because they got
Tyreek the Freak.
Tyreek Hill.
Yep.
Kareem Hunt.
AWOD, is AWOD back there? Do some research. I want to know the Chiefs' home record in the last 5 years. Can you do that for me?
He's going to have to do it on like his fingers and toes, because the last thing I saw was their home record at Arrowhead on Monday night through 2014. And it was only like 3 games above 500.
Yeah, but they had
dominant.
many a bad year. I mean,
Sure.
they weren't a great team. So if you go the last 5 years, you're probably going to be very impressed with their home record.
Redskins have actually played 68 times on Monday Night Football. Now, I don't have their record right in front of me. This will be their 69th time, though. Okay. So there you go. For if that interests you at all. Of course, you already know who's doing the announcing because it's Monday Night Football. So you have Sean McDonough, John Gruden, Lisa Salters on the sideline. Just a big game for the Redskins. And if they can find a way to steal this one, Jason, and get to 3-1, now you're talking about a real team to be reckoned with.
Well,
the
then
rest
the
of the
town
way.
is on fire.
Well, yeah, because
the town is on fire.
Because then you have a bye, you get healthy, and then you have the Niners, you get healthier, and then you're 4-1.
Potentially, if they could find a way to steal this one, 4-1.
Correct.
That's nutty.
No one would have thought that.
Yeah,
Nobody would have predicted it.
Nobody. So Jay Gruden's getting a lot of praise for the way they're calling the offense so far. A little more run-heavy than when Sean McVay was here. Remember, it was just a few weeks ago when people were crushing Jay and said that he couldn't call plays and they were going to desperately miss the boy wonder. So far, so good. One adjustment, John Kine points this out, and I listened to Charlie yesterday on Dukes' show, and people are starting to notice that one adjustment that they have made is kind of they're not targeting Terrell Pryor like a number one at this point.
No, they're moving away
backed
from
off.
outside receivers and focusing on the inside players.
The last 2 weeks, they're focusing on Jamison Crowder, Chris Thompson, even Ryan Grant getting more looks. Now, I did think it was interesting that Charlie said yesterday on Dukes' show that when he watches Pryor run his routes, that Pryor is open.
Yeah,
he's just
a lot
not
of people
throwing it his way
have
lately.
said that Kirk hasn't been taking the deep shots. He only threw 1 in this game. Obviously, a strike to Josh Doxson, who went up and won a 50-50 ball, but he's 10 check down.
Is that because he doesn't have time or because he just doesn't trust
I don't know.
Pryor's going to be there?
I don't know. I think it's changed the focus on more quick strikes. Yeah.
Maybe he's just more comfortable throwing Chris Thompson the ball out of the backfield.
Kirk did acknowledge
Jamison.
That can't hurt.
Yep.
that ball that he threw to Josh is not a ball he typically throws. He doesn't like to throw 50-50 balls, what quarterback does, but Josh made him look good on that one. So be interesting to see what happens. I know I heard Charlie and some other people have said that they think the corners, the secondary, could be picked on a little bit
I
with
heard him
Kansas
touting
City.
double moves.
So
I heard the same interview.
There might be a little more through the air than maybe what we've seen in the last couple of weeks. But certainly, pounding the football has been a huge ingredient these last 2 weeks for the Redskins.
By the way, you can hype up Kirk winning the NFC Offensive Player of the Week. I was surprised to find out he's done it 4 times now.
Yep.
It's a
Washington
good run.
Redskins quarterback Kirk Cousins was named the NFC Offensive Player of the Week after his big night against the Raiders. He went 25 of 30. We all know this, right? 365 yards, 3 touchdowns. He completed 83% of his passes, Cakes.
And his receivers had 3 drops.
Do you know what his quarterback rating that night was?
Was it 150.2?
150.7.
Was off by just a little bit.
Now, the defense has actually been the big story that everyone's been talking about so far. And there are so many new pieces and big pieces that have contributed to this change. I've talked about it for weeks now, just at each level of the defense. If you had to pick one guy that's been the biggest difference on this defense, and there are quite a few, who would that one guy be?
For me, it'd be Zach Brown.
It's hard to argue that one.
Might be Swearinger.
Swearinger's big.
What he's brought to the secondary.
Hard
He's
to-
a thumper.
I don't know. I mean, those
He's
young
gonna hit you.
DBs have been good. Pedro and Deportes texted me. Chiefs 13-5 in their last 18 at home.
But that's not just Monday night. That's at home
Yeah,
overall.
it's just last 18 overall.
Yeah. No, they're a juggernaut. We're definitely dogs. I would maybe make the argument Preston Smith. I think he leads the team in sacks, right? I think he's got 3 total.